little beat I be working on. I want to talk to the TIs real quick, man. Y'all who watching my situation. Y'all who watching my situation. I don't expose all the businesses that's involved with it, and it's a real reason for this, man. We dealing with some manipulators. You know who I exposed? And it took me a long time to even say these people's name, and I had to really make sure that these was the people that was involved with doing this to me, man. Because the type of liars and manipulators we dealing with, they don't care. They just sacrifice people and they sacrifice businesses, and you kind of see it from the way they move. I know you're dealing with this situation. You see the businesses and different things being involved. Now, some of them I can, and all of them be involved, you know what I'm saying? And all of them do be doing it for sure. Like I said, there's many of them that I don't mention because of this fact. The fact of how easy it is to get some people involved with it unknowingly and use them and try to put it off on them and cover up. We dealing with manipulators, man. You know what I'm saying? Just lying scumbags. So, yes, they will sacrifice and set other people up. This is how they stay under. They never try to fall on the sword. You know what I'm saying? They always going to try to get a scapegoat and use people as a scapegoat and just make it, even just mess up your case so you can't really, get anybody. But how easy it is to just ask somebody to, ride with me real quick or, do this with me. They don't even know what they really doing. You know what I'm saying? And they could get caught up in this situation. The businesses that I expose, first of all, I always tell y'all, focus on your community first. Focus on the people in your community first, and definitely, go after them and get justice, from them first. Because point blank is too many ways they can just manipulate stuff and put it off on other people. So the people I expose is the people that been consistent with doing it to me for 6 years. And I mean, it's been 6 years. So for the longest, I didn't really speak on names. I don't think I said these people's name at all for years. You know what I'm saying? Nobody name. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to, and thinking this would go away, thinking I would get justice and, but no. They just, as you can see, they blocked everything for me to do. I was trying to get a lawyer from the get-go, but it was COVID time, so I was going to these places. I was literally going to the lawyer's office. Them joints was closed down, son. You couldn't get no lawyer. You couldn't get nothing. You know what I'm saying? I remember walking those halls and just going to so many different lawyer offices. I wasn't able to talk to nobody. They said make an appointment. You got to make an appointment. But with these people redirecting your calls and, messing with your text messages, nah, it was impossible. I still was reaching out to lawyers, not getting no response. So who knows? You know what I mean? It's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you gotta be careful of, doing that, man. Cause they do try to set people up. Like for me, I know 100, the names I yell out and expose 100%, and they know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? They work night and day and they do what they do. You know what I mean? I don't expose a lot of businesses that, even be doing it. Even with me talking about Thunderbird, I can't really, I can only review Thunderbird. And Thunderbird was the shit. It was one of my biggest pizza places. Actually my main pizza place out here. Then as soon as I started being targeted, they food just, now I'm asking for stuff a certain way and it's the opposite. And they just started going hard. You know what I mean? And I end up getting sick to the point where I'm like, oh no, I know what's going on now. Y'all working with them. You know what I mean? But I can't say that indefinitely. I felt like they was working with them until I did research. And when I did research, because a lot of businesses involved with the Springfield Business Association, which is the SBA, is involved with this. I seen that Thunderbird was under the SBA, bro. They under the Springfield Business Association, as well as some of the school bus drivers and being involved with the traffic campaigns and stuff like that. Not hardcore, but you could tell, and you could, by the way they was looking and stuff like that. But like stuff like this, even if it is, they're not going to be able to be consistently involved with it. You know what I mean? So you can't even really, talk too much about them. But guess what? Springfield Business Association is invested in Springfield High, man. And that's the sad, and this is the position they got me in. And something very suspicious that went on with my children's mother and my children's mother's father. Well, not her father, because I haven't associated with him directly in a long time. But as far as with Springfield Business Associate, I mean, what was I about to say? I was about to go somewhere with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I'm the one who first said, let's send the kids back to school. I don't want them to miss out on what I had. And definitely being social, you know what I'm saying? Having social relationships. Certain friends, man, be friends forever that you meet early, man. I don't want them to miss out on that. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I don't think it's the right time, this, that, and the third. Very next year, after the change up, after she was changing up and stuff. And, you could tell it came from her parents, probably, probably her father, maybe even her grandmom. But the people of influence in her life, you could tell it came from them. And she was like, how would you feel about the kids going back? I'm like, bro, I just asked you, like, to send the kids back to school. You was like, I don't think it's the right time and all, like, but just quick change up. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. But yeah, come to find out, the Springfield Business Association is heavily invested in them. Well, at least invested in them. So that's scary, man. That's scary. You know what I'm saying? No, and these people, they literally do their traffic campaigns while the kids are going to school. Use certain law enforcement officers to come and kind of antagonize me. Okay, if you know you involved with hacking somebody, somebody is exposing the Morton Police Department, why would you come and talk to them? And you know this. You know what I'm saying? You know what's going on. This officer, Rich, or whatever his name is, because that's what he told the kids, his children out there, his name was, came over to me talking to me, man. And I had to be cordial. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, I'm not going to make a scene in front of the children. And it's messed up that you even would do this. Because what if I was sick in the head, man? What if I was sick in the head, bro? Y'all don't care nothing about the children, man. Like, you would really try to do this around the children. But yeah, they do. They do it. They blend in with the kids going to school and getting out of school. You know what I mean? And I know this is plausible deniability and all that, but fuck that, bro. It come a time like this I speak on. Because, you know what I mean? I know what they going to do. But nah, you're not going to play with the children, too. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to do that, and I'm going to talk about it. So if some shit happen, because you see people losing it, shooting up these schools and stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, in churches and all kind of stuff, and then you see church people being involved with stuff like this, and them utilizing stuff like this, even weaponizing community watch, man. And you gotta think about it. If these people getting their funds from these people, then that's leverage. That's leverage. When the criminals is actually investing in these places, that is some heavy leverage. So now we about to get into my podcast about leverage. Stay tuned, man. Check it out. It's deep, man. It's really deep. You have to see this thing from a different angle. It is politics. It's crazy. It's so many things, man, that we are dependent on as human beings. We must stand up and speak out about what's going on. I know a lot of y'all did it to get out of jail. I know a lot of y'all did it to, survive or not, for it not to be done to you. But really think about how you're making these people more powerful and what they can do to our children. It's not just, we gonna be leaving it. It's inevitable. And you're only gonna either destroy what they trying to build or help build it, man. Because even if you ignore it, you help build it. You know what I'm saying? If you ignore it, you complicit with it. You know what I'm saying? And that falls on our children. This is my quote. Any fight left unfought is left to our children. We have to think about the people who bled and died and lost their life for us to have the freedoms that we believed in. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when we see those freedoms in jeopardy, how can you sit there and ignore it in the first place? Oh, I'm going to ignore it for the job that few people, because we couldn't get those jobs back in the day. Unless people fought and stood up and spoke out and sacrificed, we wouldn't have the opportunity to even have the jobs. So when you see it in jeopardy, how could you stay silent, man? That's some selfish shit. You know what I mean? I really tried to control my language and I was doing good. But come on, man. Come on. I'm out of here.